Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to our maximum difficulty run in surviving Mars. 1075% difficulty. Woof, it's been quite a journey, but as of last video, we officially have met all of our goals for the series, at least the ones that I laid out originally. We have met all of our major milestones, we have completed our mystery event, and we are self-sufficient on our resources, at least enough that I'm not feeling at all threatened. But as of last video, we also established for ourselves a new goal. The new goal being, to truly make Mars safe, we need to get rid of all the natural disasters. No more dust storms, cold waves, meteor storms like the one happening right now. That's the goal anyway. So, in order to accomplish that, we need to accomplish some level of terraforming. Let's go ahead and place down a defensive turret over here, by the way, because I can see this thing getting blown up pretty soon. The meteors are all over here. We need to get ourselves some terraforming going, because that is actually enough to get rid of a lot of the negative events of the game. If you get up to, let's say, 50% atmosphere... Oh, Crusader Kings 4 was a total flop. Well, that sucks. If you can get ourselves up to about 50% atmosphere, the great dust storms go away. If you can get ourselves up to 50% temperature, the cold waves go away and the permafrost is gone. Get ourselves up to 80% atmosphere, and the meteor storms are gone for good. However, along the way, we do introduce a new problem that is going to be the acid rains, which starts at about 25% of atmosphere and temperature, respectively. If we were to get these up to, I think, 55% plus a little water, that actually gets rid of those as well. So if you want to get rid of all four of those potential negative events, we need to get ourselves up to 80, 55, and 5 at a bare minimum. Please tell me this meteor isn't going to destroy this. No, but we actually have some defenses. Thank you! That's amazing. Also, anomaly. Yay! Well, I am glad that I got that defense. That was about to destroy everything I had over here. Amazing. Okay, some other good things will come, of course, out of terraforming the planet. Some things that do come to mind, for example, is as our atmosphere goes up, our Moxies do become more efficient, so we'll go ahead and get ourselves more air. Plus, the wind turbines become more effective over time. You can see their power production actually is going up by a small, weird amount. That said, the downside is our large solar panels become less and less effective. So solar panels become a lot less useful as time goes on. As water goes up, moisture vaporators start to boost up their water production. That would be nice, but of course we need to finish filling out some lakes. Which, by the way, as far as I can tell, this is bugged graphically. Like, this is it says a 100% level of water here in the lake, and I don't see any. I am positive in the previous series, we actually did see that. Kind of weird. Anyway, we are digging out some more lakes up over here just so I can continue building up some of the water. Of course, we want to spread those out technically if I want to spread vegetation across the planet, and I definitely do want to do that, so let's make sure you're placing down a good handful of lakes in a few different locations, like over here, for example. That would certainly be quite nice. This does take a lot of water, though. Not only does it take a lot of water to fill the lake, but even after it's done, it does have some water maintenance. We're producing plenty, and it will get only better as the moisture level goes up, but it's going to take a very, very, very long time. And you can't exactly amplify lakes like I can with the carbonate processors and stuff, right? Speaking of which, we should probably go ahead and build ourselves another one of these, even if it is rather expensive, because we need to make sure we are getting plenty of atmosphere, since that is going to take a good long while to get ourselves up to 80%. Also, eventually, we need to get ourselves some core heat convectors, which takes a stupid... No, that's not the right one. Sorry. The magnetic field generators, there we go, which takes a stupid amount of metals and electronics and power, but reduces atmosphere loss because, of course, Mars does not have its own magnetic field with which to maintain a proper atmosphere. So... yeah, we're going to need to be building a few of those, or at least launch a few things into the atmosphere, like the form of the mega satellites and stuff, and we could do that if we are prepared to lose some rockets. Now, that said, back on Earth, we could buy rockets. How much does it cost? $3 billion! Well, if we can have less flops and more victories, right? Victoria 3... Oh, Vicky 3 confirmed! Sorry, it's really a meme at this point with the Paradox community. This had better sell frickin' well, but if we can get a load of money, maybe we can just buy more rockets and launch more of these planetary objectives, you know? Import some of the greenhouse gases and stuff. Launch the space mirror. These are all things we could do. Vicky 3 only gets $300 million. Maybe that's good in 2,100 bucks, but I doubt it, given what inflation is. Magica 3. Oh, Magica. Haven't played that in a long time, actually. All right, Vicky 3 was a flop. All right, confirmed Paradox. Don't bother making it. It's okay. Turns out it's not going anywhere ever again. Actually, I'm waiting right now to see what's going to be announced at Paradox Con. Could be kind of fun to see if they're going to release that Vicky. It's certainly been demanded for a very, very long time. I don't know, I have my doubts personally, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm happy to be proven wrong. What research do we actually want at this point? I have finished quite a few more things. Could work on some stuff like, let's say, the Martian-born resilience, so we don't lose sanity damage from working outside. I don't really care about drones. We don't want to do this yet, though this is obviously an easy way for me to solve a lot of my terraforming issues. Home collective... decorations. I think we're going to go for the Omega telescope, knowing that it is... Actually, no. You know what? Before we come to that, let's go for the Mohole mine. Because, while I am able to produce plenty of metals and stuff now, it's taking a lot of effort. I'm having to set up several of these darn extractors far away from the base. It'd be nice to have a source close at home where we can use to get as much metals as possible, right? Cold wave hitting, of course. Actually, these things drain a stupid amount of power during a cold wave. 170 loss. I had to turn them off for now, because otherwise I'm just going to drain my power like it ain't nothing. Jeez, not a fan of that arrangement. Still, we can survive cold waves. We've done it before, no problem. We're going to build ourselves some additional greenhouse gas factories so I can speed up the process. Could spend a load of water on the core heat convector here, and that would work pretty well. It's a very fast increase in temperature, 8 times faster than a greenhouse gas factory, actually. But it does take 50 power and 10 water to use, so is that worth it? I don't know. Kind of questionable to me. Not losing any atmosphere yet. I don't remember when the threshold starts where we start losing atmosphere. It's like 0.1 every, like, 20% or something like that. I don't remember. It's somewhere around there. It's a lot. I know that. Europa Universalis 5 has been released. Another 300 million. Man, when's the next big hit? I know you can get like $1 billion if you get a really big hit. We've not gotten lucky on that front. New planetary anomalies discovered. Nice. What do we get? Geologist needs to go and do something. We have no idea what. Okay. Resources, research progress, and resources. None of those are actually all that exciting. I suppose we could go for this. Let's just send the glitter hoof, and we're gonna find out what the unknown impact might be. Could be awesome. Red Mars, my attention. An expedition sent to investigate a spectrographic trace of rich metals deposit, but found something more interesting and troubling. After climbing the slope of a huge crater, we have faced an astonishing sight. Down below, the remains of a facility, clearly a man-made one. The dust didn't manage to hide the rocket landing pads, the spherical concrete buildings, and what's most disturbing, the large portholes in the ground, which resemble rocket silos too much to be sure. Leave and forget about it? No. Do I approach it? This feels risky, but I kind of want to know what this is. Rocket silos. Let's approach. We approach the mysterious facility with apprehension, but nothing bad happened. Oh, phew! It appears the location has been abandoned decades ago. The facility has been picked almost clean, but there are still traces of evidence of what happened here. People lived here, and research was conducted. The silos are empty, but there were signs that at least 2 of the 5 hosted nuclear devices. The labs are the most amazing part of the facility. Most of the equipment in the computer systems were too heavy and unwieldy to be moved out of the planet. A new breakthrough tech has become available, and the expedition will return shortly. What? Gem architecture, the Diamond Dome. A diamond dome which has space for 2 spires. You know, that is pretty nice. I'm not sure we have any use for it at this point in the game, but there you go. Mars in flames. Alarms follow the series of explosions throughout the colony. The ground is shaking, and people look in terror and uncertainty towards the horizon as black columns of smoke rise from the bleak skies. You don't need to look there to know what's going on. The damage and casualty report says everything. You can't shake the feeling this is somehow related to the recent expeditions. Punitive sabotage destroyed 5 buildings, 10 colonists died, and 35 have been injured. What the frick? What is actually going on? Are we like under attack? Did something freaking happen? I mean, something obviously happened, but like schools, playgrounds, a sanitarium, an office station? Oh no. I've got a feeling we almost started up a whole new chain. How could we have started a whole new mission? I thought we were done with the mystery events. Advanced rocketry tech is done. Okay, so this should mean that I am now able to build my own rockets. I don't actually remember where you build your own rockets, but we now should have that ability. And with my own rockets comes a lot more flexibility when it comes to launching into space and fulfilling more of these missions. And we have researched Martian vegetation, which means I now can start placing down some forestation plants. Though I don't think I currently have any seeds. We could go to a farm and possibly change up a crop. There we go, a simple seed crop. We'll toss a few of these in with the intention of just making ourselves a few seeds. Not that vegetation necessarily helps us with anything in particular, but, I mean, we should just go ahead and do a little bit of vegetation, right? I do kind of want to go ahead and build out the Mohole mine. I mean, I know it's expensive and all, but, I mean, it'd be kind of cool, right? Also, it heats the surrounding area. Is that what I just saw? Mohole mine. Hang on. Scrap this. I want to see what this does. Hang on. Heating the surrounding area. When you say heating exactly, what do you mean? Do you mean that we can avoid cold waves wherever it's placed? Because if so, that's actually pretty helpful. I don't know. Well, regardless, I think I'll just go ahead and place it over here. Why not? This thing is going to be very expensive, but I have a lot of machine parts, and what I really need is just a lot more consistent metal production. So that's why we're doing it. Our wonder's going up. Almost done. Also finishing up with some printed electronics and stuff. That's all quite nice. And boom! We have the Mohole. We can expand it, and it produces even more stuff. However, it also costs a lot of power. Nonetheless, our first milestone for constructing a wonder is done. 5,000 more, awesome. And yeah, we can build this thing out 3 more times. My God, it costs a lot. Up to 800 machine parts? It's gonna cost me 1,400 machine parts to get a fully upgraded Mohole mine. Jeez, dude. Well, the important thing is, we are now producing a pretty reasonable amount of localized metals. So I feel like that major bottleneck is officially taken care of, and I can have people working to get as many machine parts as we want. Terraforming progress at 25% atmosphere. Yep, toxic rains can now be expected. Ugh. This is gonna suck. It's gonna create toxic pools and has to get cleaned up, and it's gonna destroy the soil, which makes it pretty much impossible for any local soil quality to build up as we start getting more and more water. So yeah, that's gonna become a bit of a problem, but oh well, we'll work with it. Fuel explosion. Oh, it was way down over here. Lightning strike. What do you freaking know? I said no fuel was allowed here in the first place, so I'm not even sure how that happened. And here comes our first round of the toxic rain. Like I said, we created ourselves a new natural disaster. By the time we're done with this video, we'll have solved that one too, don't you worry. We are starting to see our first little bit of atmospheric loss, so I am going to have to place down a magnetic field generator. As shown here, we're losing 0.116 per sol right now. This will take care of, I think, up to like 0.2, so it helps at least a little bit, but of course does take a load of electricity. Easy solution to that, I got a lot of people that are currently looking for jobs. We go ahead and place down, yes, another fusion reactor. You can never go wrong with these things. They're awesome. Now, what is this? Renegades, the Rogue Dome. One of our domes has gone rogue. They've dubbed themselves the First Martian Republic. Okay. The dome is quarantined. Which dome? In the Mega Dome? The Mega Dome went rogue? Oh, boy. Okay. Well. Huh. I can no longer construct there or interact with the dome and its buildings. Right, well, I am sure a diplomatic solution will show itself in time. The gosh dang gamers decided to betray me. I'm very confused on this. I had more than enough security to prevent this from happening, I thought. How many renegades we got? 245? Half our population are renegades? Well, how the heck did that frickin' happen? I got plenty of morale and sanity. That's not the issue. No? I don't know. Somehow we lost an absolute ton. I really hope you guys are still able to work over here, but this does get a little awkward, you know, given that you guys kind of had to go work in the farms, so if you don't want to starve to death, you may want to get your act together and help me out here. I think I am going to go ahead and spend one of my rockets to get the magnetic shield up and running. I'm not sure how much it's going to decrease the loss of atmosphere, but it feels like it's probably going to be good. Let's use up the Knight Rider. Say goodbye to that thing, which should be fine. We'll keep the Hopeless forever because that just needs to be there. And I am building another rocket over here. We found that, so I can always replace rockets if I want to. It means that some of these planetary objectives are going to be very, very expensive, but it's okay. The first Martian Republic has stolen food. You stole my entire dome, so I'm not too sure what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that domes can come back under your control. It just takes a long time. The good news is I don't think that they've stopped producing things for me, except potentially sending people into laser marks like they're supposed to. So that's an issue. In fact, actually, I'm pretty sure the overall comfort rating has dropped by a pretty hefty amount, which I'm very concerned about. Still, yeah, a lack of people working over here, this is the real threat. Besides that, these guys are all pretty much automated and not really much of a risk. What on earth are you guys all doing wandering around outside? What are you doing? Are they protesting? I don't know what's going on. I think we should also go ahead and just melt the polar ice caps. I don't see any reason why not. 20% water and 10% atmosphere is kind of a lot. It's pretty helpful. We'll send Knight Rider 4. Go and destroy the polar ice caps. It's going to take a load of fuel, but the good news is I'm producing a load of fuel, so I don't care. Let's see. We have successfully launched the magnetic shield, so that is done. Congratulations, citizens of Mars. See, don't you guys wish you could rejoin my leadership? Because it seems like we're doing amazing things. How much did that actually reduce as far as the atmosphere, though? It doesn't seem to have made a very significant difference. We call that a little unfortunate, but okay. Crusader Kings 4 is out. Oh, wow. So very, very exciting. We can launch another magnetic shield. I don't know what it did the first time, so that's probably not a good deal. Okay, what just happened? Oh, terraforming progress. Okay, we hit over 50% thanks to one of my missions, which means no more dust storms. Those are gone. We also have blue skies over the planet. Okay, cool. So that's now officially done. Well, ba-boom. Actual, meaningful, tangible progress. I love it. Oh, wow. Yep, the entire planet is changing color. It's looking a lot greener all of a sudden, isn't it? Excellent! And we launched a space mirror, so that's now in here, which increased my temperature by a lot, and now we have pure rains. No more acid rain. Okay. So the dust devils are gone, and the acid rain is gone. We're really close now, actually, to getting rid of the cold waves entirely. That would leave only the meteor storms left. Renegades, the Rogue Dome. Our colony is united once again. The Rogue Dome has rejoined us. Here's a statement from their leaders. All humans on Mars share a common dream, the dream of colonizing a new planet together. Sometimes, mired in our daily problems, we forget this for a while, but ultimately we always remember that this is what brought us here. Fractures and divisions among ourselves are not part of this dream. If the Martian Republic is to become a reality, it would be a reality that we would create together. Okay, so we get all that. All colonists in the colony have lost Renegade? Holy frick! And all colonists have increased morale for the next 20 souls. Yes! Okay, awesome. No renegades! This is not a permanent solution, but it is a temporary one. And you know what? Now I'm learning my lesson. I think we just allow more births to continue, and we're gonna reopen the Bengal fields and start killing anyone who dares to question me ever again. There we go, I'm going through all the domes. I'm gonna make sure that Renegade is turned off. Now, I can't directly control where Renegades go normally, but they do for some reason seem to respect the automatic traits here. So as long as they are refused to be allowed in any particular dome and there's one that does accept them, they should automatically move over here, which will allow me to turn this off and get them killed. Hey, there go the cold waves, by the way. All right, one left. I just need a load more atmosphere. Unfortunately, this is also one of the hardest ones to get because it takes more and more of these magnetic field generators to make it work. I'm also placing down a few of these triboelectric scrubbers over here, which should greatly reduce the maintenance needs of a lot of buildings in this area. Yeah, it costs me some power, but it should greatly reduce things like my metal maintenance, right? Which seems pretty good. Oh, we're up to Europa Universalis 7 now. Oh, wow. That's exciting. And it looks like Renegades are indeed returning in small numbers, but they're here. Well, the good news is the Bengal Fields welcomes you. It's time to begin the extermination. God, the births go up so fast in this colony. So I'm sending the Renegades over here to die, and I'm like, let's turn on the births in a few domes, and in like no time flat, I've got 56 more kids. Holy crud, it's freaking nuts. Okay. We'll taper this off and only allow Foxytrot and Fun Deck to be producing any children for a little bit. Just kind of stabilize this this population. But seriously, this goes absolutely insane. Okay, Paradox, you need to stop releasing new copies of EU4 or just Europa Universalis in general. Instead, why don't you just go back to the DLC policy? I think that's working better. Ooh, first rainfall, real rainfall. Nice. This actually should improve the soil quality of the entire planet by a pretty good amount. And we're planting down not only lichen, but now we're starting to get some grass, and we're trying to plant down some bushes as well, which is exciting. Oh my god, okay, Vicky 3 may have been a failure, but Vicky 4 was a resounding success. $2 billion! Amazing. Also, the toxic rains are gone. Oh. You know, I kind of thought that was already gone, but I guess not. Seed vegetation. Oh, 5% boost right here. Take 100 seeds. That's not cheap. That's going to take a very long time for me to do that. Would love to go for some additional temperature. Don't see that happening yet. Could melt the polar ice caps. This would get me a bit more water and atmosphere. I guess we'll try this with Glitterhoof number 3. Kind of using up a lot of my rockets here, but to be honest, I don't really care. We got plenty of resources coming in. Yeah, I'm a little bit low on the concrete production, but, you know, that's one of the reasons we have waste rock processors, right? So, I mean, who cares? We're okay. Oop, there was a Mars quake. Okay, that will happen on occasion, and there's really not much I can do about it. On occasion, we are going to have this, thanks to the magnetic field generators. Since there is no natural magnetic field, this can cause issues. Doesn't really matter too much. Should be fine anyway, but yeah, do be aware that that is a thing that can happen. It's one of the reasons I'm keeping it far away from my vital infrastructure. Wow, our base is starting to get really busy over here, isn't it? Look at this. Look how much we've expanded just in the last few vids. Absolutely amazing. You know we can finish this pretty much whenever we want to, by the way, right? Like, I really don't have to be sitting around and waiting for this anymore. We'll go ahead and melt the polar ice caps one more time because it's fun, and now we're up to about 50% water. Woof! Oh, and it's starting to rain. Yeah, that does happen. Almost at the 80% that we need. That's pretty cool. You know, we can just go ahead and speed that up by just going for the ancient terraforming device. Oh, sure. It sucks if I wanted to wait until the entire planet was getting vegetation, then you get up to that maximum of 80% and you have to wait for special projects. Could wait for that, but why? Why wait for it when instead we can just research within like a few freaking hours because I'm making like 15,000 science per day. I'm not even trying, by the way. Like, I have not been increasing my science production. It just keeps finding ways to go up. It's kind of amazing, if I'm being honest. EU10 has been released. Absolutely amazing. And then, yeah, we just keep doing some Martian copyrights and try to get as much money going into the base as possible. We're up to $18 billion at this point. Pretty amazing, pretty darn amazing. And there it is, no more recurring meteor storms. We are at 94% for our atmosphere. Of course, this means we are losing a fair bit per soul, but we're also gaining a fair bit per soul. What is it, like 95%, and we can officially, like, open up this thing, I think? Or maybe we need the temperature to go up first as well. High enough temperatures is necessary to have open air domes. Yeah, we're not quite at the point of open air domes, but we've now officially set the infrastructure to do exactly that. We are pretty much ready for that. Wow. Well, I think it's safe to say that we are effectively done with this series. We are completely self-sustained, absolutely no threats. Mars has become Earth-like enough that there are no more natural disasters. Now we just let the terraforming process do its thing, and soon enough, Mars will be just as good as Earth, maybe even better. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Like, I had a ton of fun playing Surviving Mars on this difficulty. I thought the previous series was good, but like at some point it became very rinse and repeat. On max difficulty, this game gets frantic at times. Oh, and the planet is officially habitable. There it is. Open the domes. Whoosh. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with Here Surviving Mars. I hope you guys enjoyed this series as much as I did. I think this was an absolute treat. Maybe someday we'll come back and see if we can mod the crap out of it or something. That could be really cool. But in the meantime, I'm proud of this. I feel great. I had fun. And I look forward to coming back in the future. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then of course I would ask you to hit that like button showing your support, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.